Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Sloop Jam. It's been a minute since I've reviewed Sloop beer, but yeah, no hazies here. Premium lager. Yeah, this is a finest hops, barley, and a lager you can find in the universe. It doesn't say the universe in here, but it says finest hops, barley, lager. You can see it right there. I'm not lying. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've had something new from Sloop. You know, juice bomb here and there, but I saw this at a Wegmans Mix-a-Six. Felt like doing a couple little lager jams in succession, so we picked this up. It's a 4.6%. This crisp, refreshing lager is brewed with the finest malted barley and finest European hops, then cold lagered for easy drinking, classic flavors, color, and aroma. American Adjunct Lager? Possibly. Their take on that? Most likely. We'll see where this sucker lands. Yeah, Sloop. Never been to the brewery. Don't know how that's possible. But we'll get there someday. Something about the can, I love it, but the way it looks like, doesn't that font look like Star Wars font to you? The Sloop, the way the Sloop says Sloop. Something makes me like it even more. Plus there's gold involved, so yeah, I can get down with it. Beer-wise, that looks exactly what I'd expect a lager to look like from a craft brewing company. Because honestly, it's got a soft taste to it because it's really hard to get that super dropped out, crazy filtered kind of crystal clearness. So that's pretty spot on for what I expect from a craft brewery lager-wise. Pinky finger just under, maybe barely off white head, pretty soapy on the edges, and just this soft straw color that would be bright light and clear as could be if they were all about the lagers. Nothing wrong with a little hazy lager. Nothing wrong with it. Come on now. Let's see if we can get a nose. There's a little bit of lager funk to it. Sometimes when I get a lager, the best way I can explain it is somewhere between saison funkiness and almost like a skunkiness. I don't think that's the case here. It's obviously not light struck. It's in a can. But it's got that little bit of lager funk, a little bit of sweet maltiness, and maybe if I'm reaching a soft little melon characteristic like I typically get on most lagers. Done and done. Definitely malt forward. Definitely a lager. Let's just dive in. See what we got. Cheers, y'all. Okay, that's pretty vibrant for a lager, to be perfectly honest with you. So in the taste, everything you're getting in the taste actually is there in aromatics. At least for me, what I got is there in a taste. So everything's dialed up quite a bit more. Mouthfeel. Drinkable. Chuggable. Not ultra crispy, boy. That little bit of unfilteredness will do that, but definitely super drinking beer. Hops here. Elevated. Nice touch. Nice turn. Makes it get a little bit closer to check level bittering on this. Nice bittering. Classic, noble hop, maybe even just like classic Zazie kind of thing going on in there. That little bit of melon definitely coming through in the taste. And then the malt here is definitely a bit more vibrant than what you expect based off of the nose, based off of the look. It's something north of a clear, just straight Pilsner malt, a little bit of crackeriness, a little bit of toastiness to it. Nothing too hyper crazy. Again, we're talking about appropriate levels for the style of beer and ABV it is. It's actually kind of cool. It's somewhere in between like an American lager, like almost like an Italian lager, and a Czechy lager. Somewhere floating in the middle. It has a little bit of showiness from the American side of things, a la Italian lager. And it just has that bittering that just reminds me of getting closer to a Czech style lager with this really nice malt base and a super chuggable package. Listen, Sloop doesn't date their can, so who knows how old this is. This is a Wegmans Jam in a Mix-a-Six, so that is typically the respite for two things. Cans that are going out of date and beers that cost less than $13.99 six-pack. That's this beer. It's got to be, because there's no date in the can. It's not like they're, oh, this is out of code, we got to get rid of it. I think it's more like, okay, they throw a lot of like, you know, obviously if they're doing Mix-a-Six and the stuff they put in there is less than what the Mix-a-Six cost, and they're making actually a higher profit off the beers, and that's where I think this one lands. So I'm not saying it's old, but I'm saying without knowing the date, you can't be sure exactly where this beer kind of sits as far as what it was supposed to be like when it was originally brewed, but I think it's absolutely delicious. So if it's old or it's new, I think it's a tasty jam. It really comes down to price point on this. Again, if you're giving this to me at $10 a sixer or sub that, I am all about it all day. It's giving me all the things I want from craft lager beer. in a very fun way. Again, like I said, it's not like ultra hyper snappy crispy boy status, but it's definitely super chuggable, definitely a summer beer, and definitely shows on a lot of different places that you wouldn't expect, especially off the nose. Even though I said that nose definitely follows through in the taste, everything here is just dialed up a little bit more. So it's a little bit of a showy pills, but still a drinkable one at that. So there you go. Sloop. Their premium lager. Is it one of the better lagers I've had as late crafty wise? Yes. Mount Rushmore status? I don't know. Probably worthy. Valiant availability. I got it from a Wegmans next to 6 in Pennsylvania. You do the math and leave you with. If you like what we like this beer, if you like craft lager, you will dig this. So there you go. Review in a bus. Hopefully you enjoyed. Sloop, have you been at the brewery? Like I said, I still haven't been. I don't know why. Have you had their beers? Have you had this beer? What's your favorite Sloop beer? All that fun stuff down there. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little bit of a lager jams right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.